Filming trees. So we're just gonna do a little bit of like basic testing today. Just wanna like film some stuff, test the images, the colors, all that crap. See how the IBIS looks. This is sick though. It is heavy with the cage. And my HDMI clamp is kind of blocking the flip screen a little bit, so I need to take that off from the cage, but it's not too bad so far. I think I'm gonna do some 4K 60. I'm still getting used to Fuji, but I realized that you can't shoot 4K 60 in all intra, which obviously I wish you could because it's a better codec, easier to edit. My bugaboo, and maybe if you guys are Fuji shooters out there, maybe you can help me with this, but my bugaboo is that you can't like switch really quickly from 4K 60 to just 4K 24 all intra. The fastest way to do it, from what I'm seeing so far, is just to shoot everything in long GOP. That way you can just quickly change frame rates. Let me know if there's a way to switch this. Cause like on the GH5, there was like custom 1, custom 2, and you could have the settings completely different on those. So maybe there's a way to do that. Let me know if you know. I'm gonna keep experimenting, but I'm liking it so far. Oh, jet scree. Very cool jet scree.
Viralbuttholes.net is not a website.
You checked?
Yep.
Wait, do it again where you're like looking up.
Oh, my bad.
Either is viralbuttholes.com. I'll try EDU.
We're gonna see whether or not it looks good or better than the XT3, how the IBIS performed, how the autofocus performed, how the colors work. And this is my very first time using the camera, so it's not gonna be perfect. We're just doing some tests, you know how it goes. I'm gonna color grade a little bit using Film Convert. Also, forgot to mention earlier that I do have the Black Promise quarter on. I really like that filter, I like how it looks. If you're gonna judge me, then go ahead and kiss my cheeks. Booty cheeks. I only have 1 battery and we only used 1 bar so far today, and how many are left? Oh, there's 4 bars left. Okay, pretty good. 240 frames per second, that's gonna look soft anyway. I had 300 frames per second on the Ursa when I had that camera, and that was super soft and noisy too, so I didn't expect much. You know, it's actually usable though. After you color grade it, it's not bad. There's some aliasing like on the ball here, like anything with small detail, but it actually looks pretty good. I bet the 120 looks even better, less compression. Wow, dude, the 4K looks awesome. Holy butt cheese. That is crispy. Also, there's some settings in the XT4 where you can lower the sharpness, even in F-Log. I decided to just leave it at 0. You can go down to, I think it's -4. I decided to leave it and just see what it looked like stock. I had the IBIS turned on, which is just so freaking sweet that this camera has that. And it just started to give me very similar vibes to the GH5. I like to do that signature move where you just hold the camera and you just like kind of lock your arms into your body and you just kind of like pan like this, just using your hips. You're just like keeping your feet planted, but just doing these pans, that kind of thing. Doing it with the XT3, even in 4K 60, like you're getting some micro jitters because the camera's so light. But with the XT4 paired with the IBIS, it felt a lot like the GH5, that just nice smooth footage. My favorite way to use IBIS is just like for those nice small movements when you just want to smooth things out a little bit. And it seems like this IBIS is definitely gonna get the job done for that kind of stuff. So here's what this shot looks like. In log, this is the boat shot. Oh man, That looks good, honestly. It's so like clean and crispy. Sounds like a tagline for Wendy's fries. Clean and crispy, get your fries. Here's the shot of this beautiful little tree trunk. There is so much detail, even in, oh man, dude, I'm so pumped. I feel like I've been saying this for a while, but the XT4 just feels like a souped up GH5 to me. It's got 4K 60, but internal 10-bit, and actually the codec is playing back okay on my computer. I'm playing this back at full quality with scopes on, and it's not bad. This is the Longop codec. I'm very surprised, actually. There is just, oh, the detail looks so good. And I'm recording my screen right now, which slows down my computer, and this still is playing back okay. Ugh, I'm like crying inside right now. Also, you don't need full frame. Dude, look at this footage. This is at like 2.8, and you still get that beautiful little cream. I'm extremely impressed with the footage so far. I know this is a very run and gun test. This is not like in a scientific setting or professional setting. I am gonna be using this camera setup on 2 rap videos actually coming up in like a week and a half. I'm gonna take you guys along for that journey, explain everything I'm doing, try to document everything. I wanted to make like a really big vlog, just like documenting that music video process. So I'm gonna have a ton of footage from that shoot of like well-lit environments, like trying different lighting scenarios, pushing the camera a little bit in darker situations, and I'm so, dude, I'm just, it feels good. It feels so good to have a camera that I just feel like it's living up to its hype so far. I don't know, Zachy happy. People have been griping with me. Why'd you sell the Ursa G2? Why do you want to use Fuji for professional work? This is great, dude. It's like a pimped out GH5. Thank you, Exhibit. I was talking about how it's kind of time consuming to switch between 4K 24 and 4K 60. It turns out the Longop codec is perfectly fine to edit. I'm still probably gonna make proxies if I'm trying to like edit really quick. But if you just use the Longop codec, you can switch in the Q menu, you can switch between 23 and 60 really quickly, and it's not that big a deal. The one thing you do have to adjust is your shutter speed. I wish there was shutter angle. That would be so nice. They had that in the GH5, and that was amazing because you just never had to change your shutter speed. So the one thing that I noticed that I was a little bit worried about, excuse me, is the autofocus. The autofocus just kind of seems to hunt a little bit. I wonder if it's because I have the eye detect on and maybe it's having a hard time when it goes from a face to just something in the background. So yeah, I need to still experiment with autofocus settings. I feel like it was a little smoother on the XT3, but I'm probably just gonna have to like tweak settings. There's speed and tracking settings that I can mess with. And also I'm not gonna expect it to be perfect because I'm using a Sigma lens, which isn't the fastest for autofocus, and I'm using the Fringer adapter, so it's not a native lens anyway. It's kind of amazing that I'm getting this good of autofocus results anyway. I gotta figure out what to do for vlogging situations, because I have this Tokina 11-16 and I love how it looks. I love the field of view is awesome, but the autofocus noise is bad. I guess I could just do manual focus now that I have a flip screen. Let's try that. So if we turn off autofocus, because obviously it sounds terrible, I do have peaking on. I could just keep peaking on. Just use that, like the old GH5 days. You just like hold your camera, check your focus. I need to turn up the sensitivity, and then you just talk. I guess I could do that. That's not that bad. I want to know from you guys what kind of stuff you want to see from the XT4, because so far it seems really good. I need to test it in different situations, but thanks for watching. I love you guys so much. Thanks for your support, and see you again soon. Hi, I've been wearing the same clothes for 2 days, and I'd like to shout out 2 of my wonderful patrons. We have another new patron in the house, and your name is Kuba Victa. Freaking coolest name ever. Thank you so much for becoming a patron and supporting me. It means the world. Also, shout out to another top tier patron, Hannah Markley. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you. We'll see you.